The following is a test of the 90.7 WKKL Emergency Good Music Broadcast System. Hit it.
We're making loud music.
90.7 WKKL, Cape Cod's only non-commercial alternative music station. Because if there's no good music on, then it is an emergency.
I challenge you to a dance-off. Hands-off. And now that I have your attention, hello and welcome to your weekend. This is 90.7 WKKL. I'm your friend Frosty, and I'm appealing. No, I'm not appealing. My skin is literally peeling. Should have worn better sunscreen when I was out playing mini-golf. Let that be a public warning to you tourists. Slather on the sunblock and don't stop until the bottle is empty. Anyways, glad to have you on board for the hour. This is the Frosty Show, and as usual, that means it's Friday night! The best night of the week for those of us without weekend jobs and don't work in the restaurant or bar industry. Get out there and celebrate, and while you do, keep an ear to that speaker. The madness began with Fatboy Slim and Fall Out Boy. On tonight's hit list, we've got Space Bear, Bob Mould, and Robbie Williams with plenty more. More than you could shake a stick at. Although why you would be shaking a stick at the radio, I have no idea. That would be crazy. Don't do that. But instead, just keep listening. This is WKKL.
'Cause there's nothing without you. Can't breathe without you. Your sense is haunting every corner of my home. Can't feel without you.
If you're listening to this, then you found 90.7 WKKL West Barnstable, Cape Cod's only source for alternative music and stuff that's, let's face it, just plain weird. We stand by that credo. Ask anyone who works here, including me, your friend Frosty, but just don't do it now. I have a show to do. Sorry, but if I talk, then I don't play music. And you like music, don't you? You do? Good. Okay, we shall continue. After all, you are listening to 90.7 WKKL.
I saw you standing at the gates when Marlon Brando passed away. You had that look upon your face.
If you're in a car and listening to my show, there's a heavy chance that you're a tourist stuck in traffic. If so, let me start things off by saying, hello, welcome to Cape Cod, and you're listening to 90.7 WKKL West Barnstable. Don't change the channel. Your accidental radio dial surfing has led you here for a reason, and that reason is you've decided you're here for Chowdah Fest. Yeah, that's Sunday. You're a few days early. But we appreciate you coming and staying in our hotels, buying our beach passes, purchasing our souvenirs, drinking in our bars, and eating in our restaurants. So please continue to feel welcome to Cape Cod. Don't wear that welcome out. Because, you know, funny story, I've never eaten chowder in my life before I moved here. Not a single drop. I was under the impression for 20 years of my life that I hated chowder because it came from clams, and pureed clams with veggies in a bowl didn't exactly flip my switches, just the way it went, though one day I heard this big chowder festival was coming up, and thus I made the decision to try a simple bowl of chowder at a restaurant and see if I could, stomach the stuff. You'd have thought I'd been, living in an empty cave for the last month. I gulped the stuff down so fast and begged for another bowl, and from that moment on, I was hooked. I am now a definite clam chowder lover, and thus I have made it my mission in life to basically try as much delicious clam chowder as I possibly can, and to regret none of it. Unless the chowder is awful, or too chunky, or has the consistency of water, in which case I won't eat it. I like chowder, not clam-flavored water with veggies floating in it. Also, bacon is definitely okay, and I love pepper in it. I like it hot, not cold, and it also must be served next to the ocean on a wooden deck under a canopy, while my bare feet are resting on a railing with a glass of hard cider in one hand. Yes, I'm very particular. Also a little weird, but that was par for the course. You knew that coming in here, people. That's something you become out here on the Cape. Weird. No, I mean a chowder lover. So, by all means, stay, enjoy, and keep listening, because I got a little something for you with the push of a button. Okay, which button? Ah, this one.
Try to have a little fun now. I stay with my ear to the drum now.
Anyone that says they are here on Cape Cod simply for the weather is lying to you. This has been a public service announcement from 90.7 WKKL. Anyway, we're taking a time trip back to the 1990s, also known as the New 80s, and we're going to stay there for, what, 8-9 minutes? Something like that. What's going on here? Madonna is dating Vanilla Ice. 6 lonely 20-somethings are wandering aimlessly in and out of one another's apartments in New York City because apparently no one in that city locks their doors. And Bob Dole is on television trying to sell Viagra, if you can believe it. Well, you should. The 90s were a crazy time. I should know. That's where I used to live. But I remember first and foremost the music, also the video games. But let's focus on the music. This is a radio show, after all. Here for you are 2 hits from that bygone era. First, Savage Garden hits us with I Want You. A little forward, don't you think? Next, the Goo Goo Dolls get soulful with Black Balloon. Grab hold of that volume dial and turn it all the way up. And go ahead and sing along. You know the words. After all, it's the 90s on 90.7 WKKL. Time's almost up here on The Frosty Show on 90.7 WKKL, but on the other side of the hour, you can join a whole cast of crazies, wielding a whole bunch of crazy. It'll be crazy! Because it's the WKKL Talk Block, take center stage. They're crazy. Anyway, I'll be back next week, every week, Friday night at 4 p.m., but until then, enjoy your fleeting time here on Cape Cod. And remember, summer doesn't last forever, but melanoma just might. Sunscreen, people. Don't forget it. A few more songs for you, and I'm out of here. Let's get soulful and rock-worthy, and then let's get summery on 90.7 WKKL West Barnstable, Cape Cod's only commercial-free alternative music station. Wee wee.